Okay. Welcome to episode 59 of Kael'Alanai, where I finally have the XP needed to actually upgrade this enchantment library. Because apparently, to make the Library of Alexandria, you actually need to have 100 levels. Whereas, if you'll recall from the end of episode 58, yeah, I only had like 80. So I spent like what? What's the time now? I mean, spent about like what? 2 hours? 2.5 hours? Just straight up just looking for for XP, giving ores, or sorry, no, an hour and a half, sorry, looking for like 10 ores to give you, XP, as well as Skulk. And it's like, but hang on, I've also got a trading fleet that I can go to. So, first off, let's get the enchantment library. Actually, I'm really smart. I'll put it here for a sec. Because, look, if we take these all off, okay, can't turn that in. Oh well. Alright. Now this is gonna free up a whole shit ton of the slots in my mini system. Which means it's gonna be a hell of a lot easier to store shit. That's right. And there we go. I'm really loving this. Because now I'm going to see all of what I've got all in one place, and all super easy as well. Just double check and see if there's any that can actually be upgraded. There's some that are close, but not quite. Break the enchantment library. And then... oh, screw it. I'll just pop it underneath here. There we go. Now, put in items to rip enchants off. Items and enchants come out. Enchants get thrown in here, and then as then they become essentially like, able to be, converted. That's when that's when I just essentially like, upgrade them using that. It also saved me a hell of a lot on XP as well, because you can now literally just pull out a specific turn level. Right, now I'm gonna smart. Gonna go like this, and there, until it drains. This can't get too warm, actually. We literally just actually tick sprint at 5 minutes. And if I'm lucky, we'll have one of these left over. And indeed I am. Yeah. I've also been working on building up the client stars as well. But allow me to show you the trading fleet. And see, today's Saturday, so it was pretty sure it was like Thursday night. Yeah, pretty sure Thursday night I found, I think it was this area, and then I did more exploring yesterday, right? So I'm gonna basically be ripping out all the terrain here, all the way back to here, right? So here's where the terminal to access the abyss steps will be. It'll come down into the ocean, pretty far down. Like, I'm not sure how I'm gonna actually make the route down yet, because the way I imagine it in the actual lore and in the novel that this area will be based on, like, it's kind of like the best description I can give is it's like an escalator, right? But of course it goes both ways on the same run, on the same line. But the key point though is that with this I gotta make it down 2,000 blocks, while also at the same time keeping round about, you know, the like the actual kind of angle of a continental shelf. Like, if I go, what is the angle at which the coastal shelf descends from the shore? And so this is specifically the continental margin, right? So, going to Wikipedia, it doesn't actually seem to say. Oh, here we go. And the mean angle of continental shelves now is 0 degrees 07, whatever the apostrophe stands for. So I'm guessing that means what? Probably around so it also says typically steeper closer to the coastline than is near the shelf break. But alright, here we go. Different sites should have it. Okay, let's see. Yeah, so let's turn the area. Here we go. Turn the continental shelf usually descends at an average slope of approximately 0.1 degree. Right? And mind you, right, that is a 45-degree angle. Right? So we're talking like basically that pretty much. Like, it's practically not even like, yeah. Just, essentially it's like not even freaking really much of a slope. but of course, I need to go much steeper. But at the same time, though, like, say I did it, like, even at, 45-degree angle, that's 2,000 blocks, right? So, that's like, what? 2,000 divided by 16. That's 125 chunks this way. So, given that this is only, like, what, 300 blocks, I think? Like, this would be dwarfed by that turn descent. So I'm going to have to try and find some way to actually create the, like, the slope that I want, which is probably going more on the order of, what, probably about 60-ish degree slope. Let's see, actually. Okay, so I don't have monorails. Like, I do technically have tracks, but not sure what the maximum turn angle is for them. And this doesn't quite seem to have, what the max angle is. Like, it's telling me basically everything else but that. So let's just try and Google that one too. Create tracks maximum slope. Right, so according to the train track entry on the wiki, the inclines. Okay, so apparently you can do a 45-degree incline. So, yeah. That's really not, it's really not that, yeah, not really that, like, really, helpful, as it were. Now, I can only just try and find a create add-on to make it work anyway, but if I teleport over there, sorry, forgot that I turned off fly. Let things load in. Alright, so this here I will also have to technically bring back a little bit, just so I got more room to work with, so I'll probably bring it back to around here. That's why it was so loud for me. And then go dredging all here. So all this will become ocean, just plunging into the depths. Just gotta wait for the world to load again. Okay, looks like I actually also have to wait for it to generate. Huh. Well, in the interest of time, let's jump over to here enough a bit. And when's our teleport? Just go wait for the world to render in. There we go. And all here is gonna be almost, well, actually, all here should be basically at, you know, the actual level. Well, I suppose I could technically bring it down around like that and then come out. And allows you to just dredge all here and build everything as needed. But yeah, basically all of this will all be plunged down into like the absolute deepest parts of the ocean, which right now are actually caves, ironic enough. But like all this will just be just super deep, deep water. And, and of course, like, in actually mapping out the ocean here, so it looks like it's just lagging a bit. Actually, not turn finding a straight up pillager turn warship, and also my current in use essentially XP farm really, which once I fly over there, well, you can see it's starting to come into view now, and you also tell that I've been here because of the phantoms. But holy shit, this guy's freaking come out far. Right, let's leash him and bring him back to the fleet, shall we? Yeah, ended up trying to find this actually a little while ago. Like, relatively speaking, like around basically. Actually, I think it might have been yesterday. Actually, yeah. So we got a whole bunch of fishermen, some which turn are asking for coal. Most of them are asking for fish. And then they're also offering buckets of cod, um, asking for string, and yeah, they also a couple of them also offer campfires, and a few of them also now offering enchanted fishing rods. So that's pretty good. And if I can find him, nope. Alright, so is he sleeping under here? Nope. Don't tell us we can jump. No, there he is. And there's also 2 cartographers here as well. Alright, so I've got a bunch of empty maps now. Yeah, this is my current XP farm. But I'm thinking once I actually get like realistic once I get the mana finished, right? like once all this is done, that's when I'll go down and start working on Testificate Town, and then once I have Testificate Town up, that's how I won't even need to worry about XP ever again, because I can get a few fishermen and a few farmers, and that's how I have an infinite loop. But as long as I can make it where I'm essentially like and putting in more emeralds, just slightly that I'm getting out, or actually, anyways, it would be actually even better if I'm getting more emeralds out of them that I'm putting in, because I can then take the excess emeralds and get enchanted gear. But since I now have the location for the Abyss Depths, I've also updated the wall. Because if you remember, I had the plan here, or the goal rather, of near future locate site and Abyss Deep Cannon, which I've now done, so that's now free. I don't think I have. Okay, yep, got RC, which also did that just after. Then I turned. I think it was just after. Was I just after or just before I finished the last episode, which unfortunately ended up with the server crashing. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it was because I set the render distance for the server to like 32 chunks, and for whatever reason just couldn't handle that. Headphones can't freaking sit right today. And I'm also working on slowly chipping away the mine as well, which if I go /warp mine, let things load in. And so, got, the first walls, and not sure why it's actually showing green there, since it's actually not green, unless it's taking the top block, which is possible. Oh, and also I have a new mod. It's called Cinematic Zoom, but I haven't yet actually configured anything. So literally, as I hit the kind of notepad button on my keyboard, and it just goes dum, and it's basically a way for it to now be able to actually zoom in. But of course, at the same time, it can also make me look, almost overly dramatic. I'm gonna look into turn configure it so there's no there's no turn bars at the top and bottom though, because what I mainly need is just better zoom level that I can get with even minimal turn FOV. But if we elytra down, just slowly descend. But immediately when I'm off camera, I'll literally just jump into the hole and do like an elytra save at the bottom. But as you can see, the quote-unquote minimum level is now down to Y minus 168. And I'm also starting to make it look nice and aesthetically pleasing for the map here, because this is what it looks like. Like, it really looks kind of shit right now because of the angle it's on. But once I get round to like there, that's when it'll come round like that and it'll actually start looking good. Must be lava right on the other side of this wall then. But yeah, then I'm basically digging out underneath here, and as I have the vein mining capacity, I'm literally just taking them a pick and going boom, and just wiping out a whole bunch of space. But yeah, also, since I now have, basically the materials for it, because of the little bit of raiding I did, it was a couple of days ago now, I can actually make my thing. I can actually make at least one of my pieces of gear actually like a higher level. So let's take a copy of Eternity Stride. Get some of these. Put those in. Now, that's right. Forgot that I gotta turn. That. I was gonna find a mod that lets me freaking have between GUI scale 2 and 3 too. Right, so we've got explosive, physical, and 45% ignored with one socket. Instant health, magic reduced, and 43. It's got 2. Honestly, the one there's probably the best. Now, let's see if I can... Nope. Okay, so apparently, once you reforge, that's it. You can't turn... can't hot swap anymore. Oh well. That's perfectly fine anyway. Now. Boots. Okay, so it needs more arcane sands I've got. Okay, so that's full damage taken is whatever. So it's still basically the same thing anyway. Seems really wanting me to send his freaking full damage. These two are basically both the same as well, so... Magic 54... Yeah. Do that one. And then chest plate. I will go with. Oh, yeah. Go with that one. I'm actually gonna be able to beat the Ascent Gateway now too. Well, maybe not though, actually, because my main issue partly was, I believe, the health and just getting absolutely shredded. Blindness. Okay. Lightning. And that'd probably be the better option for that level. And then, yeah, that's basically it for those for now. So, yeah, there's not really much else to really do with levels right now. But I know there will be some later on. And I've also been slowly working on actually what I call it, like processing the ores I'm getting. But of course, what's kind of not really helping too much is the fact that I'm also getting more ores, as you can see from here. Which I'm going to try and bring this out anyway. Put this all in. Now, once again, my bottleneck is the flint. But I'll work on that. Because once it processes down these 110k cobble deep slate, which is really more like, oh, yeah, technically 110k. It's like 110,100. But once these are all done, then it's going to start trying to grind out the cobble, and that's going to make gravel and sand. But it's also going to make, hopefully, some extra gravel. Because with cobble in a sag mill, I can get either 0, 1, or 2 pieces of gravel. Plus I can also get flint, and I get a chance to sand. So basically that has a chance to give the whole thing. So if I say order, I don't know, 1,000, I could get up to like 1,200, for example, of sand. That's before it even processes into gravel entirely. And it'll probably come out as like, what, more like, what, about 1,600? But, yeah, I'm also still working on freaking on the end stone, just because, you know, even with this, it's kind of slow. Ooh, that's what I wanted to check too. I wanted to see if any of these are better. Nope, same speed. Slower. Slower. Okay. Slower. Yeah. This one is slightly faster, I think. Can't wait until we can actually learn, like, you know, craft them together, because right now, nothing. Here, nothing. So it's kind of annoying. But, yeah. Could be worse, like, admittedly, the ones I've got in the machines are also better than my tactics right now, so actually, I'm going to be really smart, because each of these are lower than the 10 loot ones I've got, so I'm just going to sell 3, and they'll take up just 1 type in the ME system. And it looks like I also got to set up some more getting some more end steel to go, so I can make 100k. Nope, because I'm missing the obsidian. Yeah, just do that. Unfortunately, this is how I have to try and do it until, essentially until I've got the you know, the blank on what it's called now. The transportation interface. Like, once I have this, then I won't need these anymore, because I'll be able to just pull it straight from here. Which is also why I have uranium ingots as a crafting recipe, not EMC anymore, because that way I can store shit tons of uranium in the form of EMC and not absolutely drain it. It'll also make, in a way, it'll make getting sulfur a lot easier too, though. Which, actually, I'm getting really smart while I'm thinking of it. I'm gonna unlearn sulfur dust, because like I have plenty of sulfuric acid right now, right, so it's not even a squishy. And anytime that I make a new powdered coal, I also am likely to get another sulfur dust, because sulfur dust from immersive engineering comes out of crushing up charcoal. So a nice easy way to be able to produce plenty. You're gonna have to just let it run for a while, I do believe, because I'll need a shit ton of obsidian in the EMC system before I can actually place the order for it. I'm also going to turn, look into, like, basically, making each of the different foods as well that I don't have yet. Because the more foods that I've made and thus have eaten that use the current foods I'm storing in the EMC system, the more I can just dump them into my backpack, basically. Although, one annoying thing is that the feeding upgrade doesn't actually work with the canteen from mechanism, which is kind of annoying. But at the same time, though, I can still just do that. I might actually also top it up too. Anything that's higher than about three drumsticks, I'll actually just straight up put through the liquefier, because then I get more food out of it and I don't waste it. Because if I go to the feeding upgrade, it's got only if you win players hungry enough to only waste half of that 100 points of food at most. Because it basically also got set to not consider health, so then I'm not like just constantly chowing down foods and wasting them just to heal up. While I'm thinking of it though, I should also really start working on getting these systems fully set up. Along with, of course, the steam engine. So, I just realised that getting turning gunpowder is going to be sort of interesting. Although, gunpowder comes from... okay. Cool. So I can literally use OS create ironworks. So I can either enrich sulfur dust or I can crush flint. More likely the option I'll go for will be the flint, just because whenever I don't have ores waiting to be processed, this will fill up, and then of course it'll backlog into the enemy system. So that's perfectly fine. Yeah, new hook, so that means I need to go to home. See what I've got. Huh. Forgot about that. Yeah. Bloody hell. Just trying to even pick link and bear in mind that. There we go. Alright. 1, douche, douche. Spend 10 down. Regen. And of course, once the lag goes away, then I can get rid of this axe. And I'm also going to rip off the reactive enchantment from this salt as well. There we go. Alright. Might as well repair that too while I'm here. And put it there. Regen that. Wait for the lag. Huh. I've literally never freaking done anything without doing it. Ultimate never even interacted with that decorated pot. Yeah, I want to get Fortune 3 book. Now we'll pack this up and walk to work. And then just for now, put it there. And Quill. There's Fortune 3 book. It's now Fortune 4. And now let's see if we can make a Fortune 5. Yes we can. Or not. Thought we could. Ah well. I guess I just simply forgot to try and pay the math budget. Oh well. Sure, good. Yeah, I've got 2 reactive. So those 2 are there. There we go. Yeah. I'm pretty sure though, enchantment libraries are open to everyone, so Let's see what we can get out of these. We've got deep pockets, great infinity, and aqua infinity. For this over here, we're gonna need, of course, the the actual hooks to use. But then, of course, we also need a location to put them on. Oh, it's one. It's two. Technically, I'll only really be able to put, you know, like what, basically, well, I might be able to get away with doing three actually. I just go expand this out by another 2 blocks. Because, no, not 2, sorry. Because that has to be deployer, and that would also have to be deployer. At least I wanted to use the middle here. Of course, you simply do like, you know, deployer there, and deployer up above. So something like deployer placed here, meaning that goes there. And it's 2, so there we go. And now, there's a dynamic comes on me. How long? What I need next? So I need to make a brass hand. And to make brass. Right. So it looks like I'm making an alloy kiln then. So kiln. Bricks, I need sandstone, which of course means I have to wait until after I've processed all these. Although, I just realized something. I'm going about this the wrong way. $49,000. Hopefully that, yes. Because I just realized I can literally just use this to be able to turn and power this type thing. Admittedly, I'll have to micromanage this a bit, because once this goes down to almost fully done, then I have to have another one set, otherwise it'll start, you know, going through the gravel as well. Although, I could also just, like, you know, like, simply pull out gravel and try and shove it back into here and it'll work, but, I don't know. So, I need 2, 4, 6, 8. I need about 8 of these, I think. And make 6 of those. That's the only real place I have is basically here. I have to put it here temporarily, just so I can, you know, kind of work it, so to speak. Hammer. And then for brass is zinc and copper. Just do that, and then got some coal. Fuel. Smart and just basically slowly making it essentially like, you know, aiding stacks of of brass, because with those 18 stacks I can then actually start making effectively you know, the what's it called, freaking the deployers I'll need for everything. I can also then use the brass ingots to make brass casings, which are like absolutely amazing when they're combined. Because it's this nice, really smooth wall of just like really nicely dark brown wood, like mahogany in real life. It's freaking absolutely awesome. Slowly. That'd be smart. Drop here. Is with brass I can also use an arc furnace, which will be freaking loud. Or I can use a blaze burn to actually heat it. Oh, okay. Apparently I have a chance of getting some parts back. Oh, that only makes one, no. I'll just stick with the yellow kiln. And later on, turn an arc furnace. But the arc furnace I'll need to set up a whole system to make graphite electrodes though. Because metal press with metal press metal rod, hop graphite ingot, which is the real killer. Because I need hop graphite dust, which means I need an industrial squeezer. I need coke dust, which means I need a crusher, and block of coal coke, which means blocks of coal. But of course, also gives you creosote oil, which then allows me to make bucket of creosote oil to make treated wood planks, to then make just treated wood stuff, which also looks absolutely awesome. Because it's this nice, like, kind of chunky plank texture, but it's also like not like a little pixelated, turning vanilla Mario style at the same time. So yeah. Slowly. I think I just freaking crashed the server accidentally. I don't know. Thankfully all it trying to sort my inventory did just then was simply making it turn some spam in the console. Oh well. I'm not sure why exactly. Alright, never mind. No, I'm just dapping. But so I was like, why do I have more zinc than I do copper? And realized it was because I didn't have this stack fully filled somehow. Alright, so I'm gonna let that run for a while. And deployer. I need polished quartz, which means I need rose quartz, and I need sandpaper. Also not sure why I've got hiccups now. Whatever. Now. Iron plate. Use that one. And that's right, I actually need 2. Because I need 1 for one side and 1 for the other. Actually, no, I need fucking 6. Because 2 of them will be for inserting the bodies, 2 of them will be using cleavers, and 2 of them will be using skinning knives. So, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so quartz, which is back into quartz, okay. There we go. That turns that all back into quartz again, but it still won't be enough, I don't think. Although, let's check that, and then no, 1001. There we go. Just had to have the right materials. I just want to put all this away. I don't think I've actually made a gem case yet, have I? No. So I need another one of them. And I also need shears. Hopefully that does actually get getting made soon. Though, somehow I don't think it will. Thankfully though, it works with any plank. I just go have the actual planks to do it with. There we go. And then the chest, I need blaze rod. That's what I put in the freaking ME system, eh? Why is it taking so freaking long to freaking make the blaze rod? Right. Because it's trying to use that one. I wonder why it's... I don't know. Actually, if I put them there, that'll then automatically processed. It's good because that's what I want. Yeah. In the chest. I need 3 glass. And there we go. And then Apothic gems. I can now bring all the gems out. And I need somewhere to put this. Oh, screw it. I just realised the gem case is basically an upgraded version of the gem cutting table. So I can actually basically uncraft the gem cutting table now. So it took planks, so took 2 birch planks. Log. And it took some gem dust. Took some shears. And took some smooth stone, which made 2 cobble. As I do not have any stone currently in the system. Right. Now, I get to delete the original table now. And now all is well. And as an add bonus, chipped needs 9 of that. Okay. That's why it won't work. Okay, right, so basically just turn. Yeah, doesn't have any interface now. Right. And then, as I get the turn various gems, I can now just upgrade them in place here. Which also saves even more slots in my ME system. So, then that means I can do this. And it gives me a little bit more space in here. And yeah, over time I'll end up using up these. And yeah. Go down to cracked. So, then needs just one, and needs 3. Okay. But I can, however, use that to make 2 of these. So, let's do that. I can also use it like this. Not bad. No, okay. Let's make an extra 12. See that with these extras, and I can actually turn chainmail equipment into iron or stone into iron. Which kind of doesn't really sound like is really good use of materials, but like it's more about like being able to just condense it all and get more back out of it. Speaking of which, name. I can also combine the lapis helmets. Eventually I'll literally have a second ME system purely for the turn of storing all the armor. Oh man, I just realized that and this episode is like an hour and 10 minutes long. Which wasn't quite really planning on that. No, well. You know what they say about the best laid plans of mice and men. I reckon episode 60, I'll, oh, actually, I might just continue work on this off camera. And, once we come back for episode 60, then I'll have these all basically ready to go. And, yeah. And I'll also have a bunch more of the quarry ground down as well, because I can really just, like, simply put on some music or a video. And yeah, and basically just grind away level by level on the quarry. At the same time, I'll also be processing all this as well. Flat cobbled tiles are kind of nice. That's just cobblestone. But anyways, yeah, I'll end the episode here, and yeah, I'll see you all once again live for episode 60, which, if you're watching this like as it premieres, that'll be Monday my time, which for reference, let's see, 11, so 10 past 8. Right, so it should be around about, like, give or take 10 past 8 my time right now. Maybe the time this episode premiered, but 2 days ahead. And then hopefully we'll be able to get a bunch done in episode 60 as well. And yeah, that's basically it, really.